Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in a box under the bridge? Donovan James. Who lives in a box under the bridge? Donovan James.
This is why you can't find a man, because you're mean spirited. And welcome back to another episode of Crips and Corks, everyone. I'm your host, DJ, and if you ever see me at a charity function, it's because I got lost and wandered in, along with my co host.
Paul, and I can confirm that mayonnaise indeed is an instrument, as usual.
I hate that.
Yes, we are channeling SpongeBob today, though. We are channeling goodness and just being upbeat because my curse for the week is recovering from being sick still. It has been a rough week and I am finally getting my voice back. If you guys probably heard if you've listened to our new Fierce Fashion out now, go watch that on YouTube as we review the Met Gala 2026. I called it Fierce Fashion, but it's frightening fashion and
Yeah, it is.
that's probably going to be a continuing thing I continue to do. But I am currently on three different medications for God knows what is going on with my nose that's dripping down into my throat, giving me the sorest throat ever. That's getting better now. But the moral of the story is SpongeBob, I'm channeling his good energy to get through the curse of being sick this week. And my blessing for the week is definitely frightening fashion coming out and getting that started and new projects and adventures with Crips and Corks here. Super exciting stuff happening. The weather's getting warm. We're getting there. The whole tea. How about you, DJ? I just did a whole monologue. How about you?
Well, my curse is that I am cat sitting for my cousin and my aunt while they're out of town. And that's not the curse, that's kind of a blessing. But my curse is that I was a little late to recording because one of the cats attempted to murder me by pushing me down the stairs.
Dang. If only I gave that cat $20 to do that in hopes that you wouldn't be here. But here we
Yeah,
are.
but you know what, Paul? Do you know what you have that the cats don't have? Big, meaty man hands.
Yes, all the better to feel you with at home.
Put those
Ooh.
sausage fingers away.
Tell that cat it owes me that $20 back.
Lulu, come here.
Oh, are we gonna get to see the little kitty?
This is
Oh no,
Lulu.
she's so cute.
Lulu.
I think this is actually the first time we've had a pet on the pod.
Yeah. Lulu, do you want to say anything?
She said, "Get me out of here."
No, but she's probably gonna she's like shake yourself off. She's probably gonna come and try to sit on my keyboard, or you're gonna start seeing my camera wobble because she's gonna be sitting on the other side of the laptop, rubbing her chin against the corner of my laptop.
Right.
Blessing is also frightening fashion. That was a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see where we're gonna take it.
Me too. Me too. Lots of exciting things happening.
What are you drinking this week?
Oh yes.
For those of you who are just listening to this audibly, we're not in the same location right now.
No, no, we're recording via Zoom. We are not in the same location, and it's probably going to be a continuous thing. Well, not continuous, but it'll probably happen here and there as gas prices continue to rise. The girls are not as mobile as they once were when gas was $3.
Yeah, and Paul refuses to meet me halfway and come to my house sometimes.
You never asked me to go to your house.
I've said
And
several times we can record at my house, and you were like, "Your house smells like old people. I don't want to deal with the small talk from your
I have not
grandparents."
I've said the small talk thing, but it is our other friends who said about the smell, okay? And doxing your grandparents like that.
I'm
Wow.
not
Plus,
doxing them. You said it.
Plus, the set we spent money on is at my house. So,
But I have an entire basement that doesn't get used.
yeah, but that's paid for. Well, I guess our set's paid for too. Okay, we're getting too many into the weeds. Okay, the point is the
Okay, what
set's
are
at
you
my house.
drinking?
Okay. So I'm actually drinking this really interesting beer. It's called Goblin Folk because I'm feeling folky today. If you're listening audibly, I am wearing a cowboy hat and plaids. I'm feeling very naturey, very folklory.
Yeah.
This beer is called Goblin Folk and it's from Dancing Gnome Beer. Super excited to try it. I wanted to switch it up from the wines, so super excited to try this. I've never had it before, and I just got it because the little goblin guy looks cool. How about
Okay.
you?
Well, I am not in my own home, so I had to like kind of search for something. And all I could find is this baby bottle of Svedka pink lemonade or strawberry lemonade.
Mm,
And to
brings
mix
me back
with
to
it,
college.
I've got a Bloom Sparkling Energy cherry lime.
Mm. The Svedka really brings me back to my college days. That's what the girls were
Oh,
drinking in
I got the
college.
kitty's attention now. She heard food.
Oh, yes. No, she started alcohol. The kitty's a little alcoholic, a little alky. She hears
Oh,
that little thing open. She's ready to go, honey.
it tastes good on its own.
Also, one thing about me,
You could have kept talking. I'm probably not picking this up as much as I want to.
yeah, sorry, I paused because I thought you were doing the ASMR pour, but
No.
yeah, one thing about me is I can't do energy drinks with alcohol. It gives me too much anxiety. Uppers and downers don't sit right with me. And yeah, it just gives me too much anxiety. So I can't do like the Red Bull vodka diet, whatever. Now I can do Diet Coke and vodka. That's not much
Yeah.
caffeine. I'm going on a lot of tangents today. I apologize. I'll stop.
It's okay. As soon as we get off of this, I'm going to the sheets and I'm getting a Diet Coke and I'm getting a bottle of wine.
Period. Period. I'm going to crack open my beer. Ooh, got a little bit on my keyboard.
Look at that spittle.
Oh, it smells interesting. Have you tried yours yet?
I did, sorry.
No worries.
Cheers.
Cheers! Virtual cheers! Yay! Oh, that's bad.
Mine's
It's very
good.
hoppy, and I don't like hops.
No, you don't.
It is an IPA though, so I probably should have known. Dancing? No. I'm trying to see if it is. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of hops. I should have known. Oh well. I mean, if you like hops, it's a good beer. It's fun. I'm for my taste buds, I'm giving it 2 grapes because I don't like hops. I'm sure they have other really great beers, and I'm a beer drinker in general. So, but yeah, for my taste buds, all the hops not my tea. But I know it's gonna get me there. It's gonna get me feeling something. How are you rating your drink?
I'm gonna rate mine at 5 because strawberry lemonade vodka goes really well with this cherry lime.
Hmm.
I can't
Okay.
take the taste. Oh, I'm already drunk. I can't taste the vodka.
Ooh. You
Two
could still
sips,
see me.
already drunk. Yeah,
Cool, cool. Well, let's hope you're not drunk when you're driving to the sheets.
it's fine.
It'll all be okay.
As long as you didn't cut my brake lines again.
Hey, that was only like 3 times, and you survived all 3 times, unfortunately. So, like,
Yeah, it would help if you use your big man hand sausage fingers to actually cut through the line.
oh my gosh. Leave my man hands alone, okay? These are working man's hands, okay?
The hands and the feet, they always give it away.
What does that even mean? Oh my
The girls who
gosh.
know.
Jesus. Well, DJ, are you ready to hear a story today?
No,
Well,
just
that's too
kidding.
damn bad.
Just kidding. I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. Somewhere between fact and fiction lays the truth. We have all been lied to before. Sometimes we catch it, but for a surprising amount of times, the truth evades us, going unnoticed. How good do you think you are at separating a lie from the truth? Well, in today's special edition of Into the Woods, I will be telling you 3 stories of people who have disappeared in our nation's national parks. There's some truth in every story, but also some lies. So this episode will serve as a challenge. Are you able to spot the lies amongst the truth? Well, let's dive in and see in this special edition of Lost in the Woods, Fact versus Fiction.
Ooh.
And I didn't tell DJ I was doing this. I just told him I was doing Lost in the Woods. So he was not expecting me to like kind of curveball a little bit.
Wait, is this a game? Is this two truths and a lie?
It is a game, kind of. Yeah. So we're
The
gonna
middle
go
one's
through.
always a lie. C
No.
is always the right answer.
Oh my gosh. So essentially, I'm going to tell you three stories, and you're going to tell me what part of the stories you think are a lie. And then after I'm done each story, I'll tell you what parts of the story is true, what part is really happening.
Oh.
But I'll let you guess first what parts you think might have been a little fib, if you will. Now, first, I'm going to shout out my sources. So, my first is vanished.us, and my second is the Missing Persons Mysteries 3 hours of national park disappearances.
3 hours? Three
Yeah,
hours?
it really is 3 hours.
I
That
hope
podcast, it is 3 hours of missing persons, and it really helps with my Lost in the Woods series because there's so many stories just in that one little podcast.
you're
It's
not you're not gonna make me sit here for 3 hours though, right?
nope, because we're
Right.
only doing three stories today.
Okay.
All right, well, are you ready for the first story, DJ?
I suppose.
So let's start with the story of Dennis Eugene Johnson. Dennis was on vacation with his gender nonconforming parents, who were also vegan, and Dennis's gender neutral pescatarian sisters in Yellowstone National Park in April of 1966.
I'm
Oh, we
raising my
already got
hand.
yes.
Am I allowed to just call out the fibs in the middle? Because I definitely don't think that his entire family was gender nonconformant vegans and pescatarians.
No, his parents were gender non-conforming. The only pescatarians were his sisters, his little
Were
sisters.
they weren't gender nonconforming too?
They were gender neutral.
They were
There's a
gender
difference.
neutral. Okay.
Come on, DJ, get woke. There's a difference. So they had stopped at Cascade Picnic area north of Canyon Junction because Dennis's mom thought the area had a nice purple aura to it.
If they're gender nonconforming, could she really be called mom?
Well, she is in this story, DJ. Then Dennis's pansexual, aromantic sister, Mary, who was 7 at the time, ran off into the woods.
You know what? I'm calling fib. There is no way. There is no fucking way. Her name was Mary.
Shut up.
If they're gender nonconforming vegans and gender neutral pescatarians and pansexual aromantic, obviously her name is probably Rainbow,
It's Sunbeam.
Sunbeam, River Wide, Valley Low,
My-
Mountain High.
yeah. So it was up to Dennis and his low testosterone, carrot stick father to try and locate Mary. Despite Dennis's father's body being flooded with estrogen, he was a hunter, skilled outdoorsman, and had taught Dennis some survival skills. So he had let Dennis wander off a bit from him to help search for Mary. Eventually, they were able to lure Mary in with vegan, low fat fish sticks, and Mary and her low testosterone father were reunited. But then they realized Dennis had disappeared. Ooh. They searched and even got 50 volunteers involved. The volunteers, of course, had much more testosterone than Dennis's soy boy father and knew how to please a woman. Dennis's mom looked onward at the volunteers, hopeful they could help find her son with their loudspeakers and binoculars, wondering what it would be like to be with a man who didn't have the estrogen levels of an 18-year-old girl. With their coarse hands and sweaty bodies, she couldn't help but to wonder, would her son have gone missing if they hadn't been led on this expedition by Dennis's father, who was searching for a new form of granola that was said to increase testosterone levels in otters, and he was hopeful the granola would do the same for him? In the end, there was no trace of Dennis ever found. No boots or footprints. They even sent in bloodhounds to try and catch his scent, but nothing. It's almost like he had vanished into thin air in the woods, leaving Dennis's mom wishing she could disappear into one of the barrel-chested volunteers who helped her try and locate her son. But instead, she will spend the rest of her life on a bed of kale, wondering, nay, not wondering, yearning for the strapping young volunteers and answers for what had happened to her son, in that order. And that is the story of Dennis,
I know exactly where Dennis is.
where
Dennis ran away to Boston, where he's living in the gay underground. He did it to avoid becoming an accountant like his low testosterone father. He's now a
yeah.
hairdresser,
Mhm.
and he's written a semi autobiographical novel about his life entitled Ripped from My Mother's Meat Flaps.
Ripped from my low testosterone father and my gender non-conforming mother to save my pescatarian sister.
I'm sorry, it was called Untimely Ripped from My Mother's Womb.
Yes. So, any ideas what I made up and what is actually true in this story?
Do I think Dennis went missing? Yes. Do I think little sun ray beam was temporarily missing? Yes. I think all of the ancillary details about Dennis and Mary's family being gender nonconforming or neutral, pansexual, aromantic, low testosterone, her mother having pubic hair so long that she could French braid it into a mermaid twist. I think you made all that up.
I didn't say anything about the pubic hair. That's all on you.
That was implied. It was heavily implied.
But yes, I mean, yeah, you're right on the money. The truth of this story is Dennis's sister did go running off. They did lose her. And Dennis separated from her father while they were searching for his sister. And Dennis's father did find the sister, but then realized Dennis was missing and started searching and calling for Dennis. And then they couldn't find Dennis. They enlisted, there were actually 50 volunteers, and they did have loudspeakers calling out Dennis's name and binoculars and like the whole shebang. They really did bring in the bloodhounds. They really could not find any tracks or prints from Dennis. And it really was like he did vanish into the woods. And it's honestly, I think this story is so interesting that at first I thought the sister would be the main person like who disappeared in this, but it was actually Dennis who ended up disappearing, and they to this day no one knows what happened to Dennis.
Another fact that I think you don't made up is that for the rest of her life, Dennis's mother yearned to be clutched to the barrel chest of one of the young strapping volunteers.
I did make that up, but also
Did
maybe
you?
she did.
Did
What?
you? Did you really? I don't think you did.
But hey, who am I to say? Maybe she thought some of the volunteers were cute. Who am I to say? It could happen, you know? Stranger things have happened. Maybe she did fantasize about some of the volunteers. I don't know what Dennis's father looks like. I don't
She's
know, girl.
gently massaging her and just, oh, young volunteer, trying to find my little boy. I have something else for you to find. Ah.
That's crazy. That's crazy work. That's so crazy. I'm gonna have to move on to the next story right as just real quick. I am gonna put my phone on do not disturb really quick.
You didn't do that from the beginning, bitch.
No.
Mm,
Okay, we're on do not disturb.
133 episodes in, and he still hasn't learned.
Right. 133 episodes in, and sometimes we still forget to click record on the video camera.
When will you learn? When will you? Your actions have consequences.
Oh my gosh. Well, DJ, let's get into the story of Daniel.
Oh,
Daniel Reza was a normal 35-year-old man who
Rizzo,
disappeared. Reza, Reza,
Rizzler.
not the Rizzler. No, unfortunately not. So, Daniel disappeared in August of 2019 while hiking Mount Charleston, Nevada. He was going for a normal hike, doing normal activities in the woods that any normal person would do, while at the same time having schizophrenic delusions of Yogi Bear. Yogi would come to Daniel every night and dare him to open his picnic basket. And Yogi told Daniel that the secret to life would be revealed once the basket was opened. But every time Daniel would go to open the picnic basket, it would disappear. One night, after the basket disappeared, Yogi told Daniel the key to the basket lays on Mount Charleston behind the larynx of the Forbidden One. So, Daniel did what any normal 35-year-old would do, quit his job at Long John Silver, and set off to find the key to the picnic basket. He had to know what was inside. Once he arrived, he found that finding the larynx that hid the key was proving to be very difficult. He was wandering and wandering. Different hikers spotted him on many different trails in the national park, whispering to himself about the forbidden fruit of the picnic basket. During one fit of rage, he threw his supplies into a nearby ravine, frustrated that Yogi Bear was leading him nowhere. When he realized what he had done, he knew he would need more supplies if he were to locate the picnic basket of life, and went to the visitor center to purchase more supplies, knowing this would be the last purchase he would ever make. Yogi led Daniel to a hidden cave and led him inside to a sharp rock. Yogi, sounding louder than ever, told Daniel it's time for him to dig the key out. Confused, Daniel asked, is the key buried in the dirt here? No, the key is in you, behind your larynx. You must take the rock and dig it out to access my secrets. And Daniel, without hesitation, knew what must be done. The key was under his larynx, and he must dig it out. So, Daniel picked up the sharp rock, if I could say fucking sharp rock today, and
See, he really is the Rizzler, but in comparison to you, because you have the magical quality to make anyone with the least amount of Riz have more Riz just by standing next to you.
that makes no sense.
It's because you have no Riz.
Girl, you look like you were born in Ohio's skibbity toilet. Don't even come for me.
Sorry, Jimmy Dean.
Back to my story. So he picked up the sharp rock and stabbed himself in the neck. He felt sharp, deep pain, but that wouldn't keep him from the secret of life. With the new hole in his neck, Daniel reached 2 fingers into the wet warmth of his neck blood. He started to dig around for a key, but felt nothing but the immense pain of him moving his own vocal cords around. He noted his vocal cords felt surprisingly like that of his wife that Yogi forced him to take out because she was holding him back. Who knew men's and women's vocal cords would feel so similar? But after digging around, Daniel realized there was no key. Yogi Bear had lied to him, just like the doctors who prescribed the lithium that made all of his friends go away. Yogi Bear had led him astray, and he now knew the secrets of the picnic basket would never reveal themselves. And worse yet, he was 2 fingers deep in his own neck, bleeding out in the woods. Yogi Bear appeared to him again and said, "You have failed to locate the key, Daniel. You are a failure and shall die not knowing my secrets. A fate worse than appearing on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Daniel's wife's favorite show. Well, obviously, before he took her out." Full of rage, Daniel took his fingers out of his neck and attacked Yogi, who disappeared, leaving Daniel to tumble to the ground one last time and become unconscious. The last image he saw was the taunting face of Yogi Bear opening the forbidden picnic basket. Daniel, of course, was never seen again.
First, before I figure out your fibs, can I just say that I'm really disappointed that rather than calling it a picnic basket like Yogi Bear actually did, you just called it a picnic basket.
Yeah, my speech, the way I talk, it doesn't allow for that. I tried when I was practicing and it just wasn't coming out and it
Mhm.
wasn't coming out smooth. So my speech patterns just did not allow for that.
It's fine. Some people just are born with speech impediments, and that's fine. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Paul.
Exactly. And I'm owning mine for the audience, you know? I'm owning mine.
Exactly. And that's very brave. That's very brave.
Thank
Uh,
you.
okay. The fib is definitely that he was doing totally normal things on the hike. He was definitely on his way back from an LSD fueled mountain orgy where he definitely was playing the clicky knee harpsichord.
Not the clicky knee harpsichord. That's
The
crazy.
clicky knee harpsichord. It's from an old track imagery.
I have never heard of that before.
I just
So,
made it up.
oh my God. So, do you have any other guesses as to what might be fibs? What I made up?
Everything else was the gospel truth. I believe it wholeheartedly, except for the fact that Yogi Bear called it a picnic basket and not a picnic basket.
T.
Also, where was Boo Boo?
Boo Boo did not make it into this because Boo Boo does not deserve to be here, okay? He is a fake and a fraud, and he doesn't deserve the salt he was born in, or whatever he's worth. He is not worth the salt. He's not worth the salt. Whatever the saying is, he's not worth it.
Wow. How many times did your father say that to you growing up?
Too many, too many.
I can tell that came from a deep place in your heart, and I'm so glad that we can process some of that here. This is a safe space for you to tell me your deepest, darkest traumas, and I will make fun of them.
Thank you. I feel seen, safe, and heard. Thank you. So, the real parts of the story, Daniel was not schizophrenic. The
Did
real
not think
parts of
so.
the story is he did actually go to, what was it, Mount Charleston, I think I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Mount Charleston. He did go to Mount Charleston on a hiking trip. He was not schizophrenic. He did not see Yogi Bear. That came from up here, if you can believe it. But actually, many hikers did spot him on different trails. And he was spotted at the visitor center, and that was the last place he was seen purchasing final supplies. And then he went back into the woods and was never seen again. There was no trace of him found ever again. It's kind of like he disappeared in the woods, kind of like our first story.
And he killed his wife.
He did not kill his wife, and I'm not sure if he was married or not. It did not mention that in the podcast episode. The wife was another made up thing. And also, I'm not sure where he worked. I made up the Long John Silver's thing.
Okay, even but was her favorite show Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
I just told you, I don't know if he was married or even had a wife.
But you're not answering the question, Paul. Was her favorite show The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City or not?
Probably not, because I don't think the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was invented
I know.
in 2019. Or like, yeah, I don't think that was a thing in 2019. I think that started in like 2024,
I know.
2023
I know.
something period. But yeah, another story of just a man disappearing in the woods. What I find most interesting about Daniel's story is how so many people saw him on the trails before he disappeared, and how he went to the visitor center to get his final supplies. So I think this was a case. He probably had an accident in the mountain or something. And what I think happened in the first stories, I think Daniel was probably not Daniel. Were they both Daniel?
Dennis.
Dennis. I think Dennis was abducted by or kidnapped or something. That's what I think would happen to Dennis. But also, there's always the supernatural, like national park theories, like maybe aliens got him or he was kidnapped by Bigfoot or something like that. Really could be anything.
Do you think Bigfoot sees these little kids and they think, "Ah, look at that little mangy baby. It needs protecting. It must be so cold."
Honestly, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Look at this little, I mean, we adopt hairless cats, and there's
Yeah.
some dogs who are basically hairless. So, hey, why not?
I'm glad we're talking about hairless cats because earlier I made a joke about me being a wild Mustang, and I was going to ask you what animal you would be if you were an animal. And I didn't want to ask you that because I just wanted to assign it to you. And a hairless cat is exactly what you would be.
I mean, I can't be that. I mean, I can't steal that from you because you look the most like one with the most wrinkles and everything. I really just can't steal that aesthetic from you. I'm more of like a panther or a black cat myself.
We're like a hairless bear.
A hairless bear.
Yeah, a hairless bear.
Again, I can't take that from you. I mean, anything hairless, that's just you, girl. Well, besides somehow your palms are really hairy and your
I hope it just like is cycling back to me blinking.
Well, if the library is open, girl, it's like volleyball. You set me up and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna
What
take the
about
spike.
hairy palms? I've seen your Nair collection.
My Nair collection.
Your Nair
Girl,
collection.
I haven't used Nair since like college, probably. I
You
used it on my
fried your
legs.
nips off.
Yeah, Nair's low key really spooky. But we're getting too far off track.
Yeah, yeah. We
Hey,
don't need to talk about the time Paul fried his nipples right off with Nair.
girl. Anyway, let's get into my final story about one Miss Barbara Thomas. Last but not least, Miss Barbara, who was 69 years young on July 12th of 2019 when she was hiking through the Mojave Desert in California. And I feel like her first mistake was probably hiking through the fucking desert at 69.
Was she hiking or was she escaping this assisted living?
I don't know, girl. But so Barbara had recently experienced a late in life midlife crisis and lesbian awakening at her local Kroger that led her to this desert adventure.
Talk about
Even
eating pussy.
Oh my gosh. So even though she had the lesbian awakening, she had to drag her annoying husband along with her, but was still looking for that desert carpet, if you know what I'm saying.
She wanted a peg.
hmm Not Peg. No, no. She's moved on. Okay, she's moving on to the ladies.
And she wants to peg. She wants
Oh,
to
like,
get that strap on. She wants to peg Miss Lady Bits,
okay, she's coming for the girl. Okay, I see what you're
Miss
saying now.
Pot of Gold, Miss
Now,
Cream of Wheat,
now,
that Quaker Oats.
are you done?
Yes.
Now, Robert, her husband, had stopped to take a picture of a rock formation, and that's when Barbara decided to make her escape. The U-Haul life was calling her.
She wanted that creamed corn.
Yes, she wanted that creamed corn. Robert turned around and Barbara was gone, and he couldn't locate her on the trail. So he did what he knew best and threw his hands in the air like he just didn't care. and started screaming Barbara's name. But Barbara, either enthralled by some piece of trail puss or out of earshot, never returned.
Trail puss.
You're welcome. So, Robert alerted the.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
She really saw. She saw some Honey Nut Cheerios and she ran.
My God. I don't like. See, I don't get Honey Nut Cheerios as a euphemism for the puss. I'm not seeing that.
Nothing I have said has been a euphemism for it, but
No,
nonetheless, it all fits.
I don't know. I think cream of wheat and creamed corn are the closest euphemisms that you can.
Probably. She just wanted that Golden Corral all you could eat buffet.
Very that, very that. So, Robert alerted the authorities, who had a lot of experience with wives disappearing due to late in life lesbian awakenings. And they searched and searched the desert trails for Barbara. They even brought in the untrained canine units because they knew lesbians have a sixth sense for that sort of thing. They wouldn't pass up the opportunity to train a dog. Okay, lesbians, they just have the sixth sense for that sort of thing. Now, after 14 days, they realized the power of the puss was too strong and they called off the search. Barbara was obviously gone, assumed a new identity as Barb, a softball coach who works part time at Home Depot and got a mullet haircut and would never be seen again, leaving Robert alone to his heterosexual thoughts in an empty household. And it was 2 months later that Robert decided if he couldn't beat him, join him, and transitioned to become Valentina. Even though he was Caucasian with no Mexican heritage, he just really enjoyed the hot sauce. He found sorry, she found a lesbian lover and moved to Colorado Springs where she would open up a vegan bakery and live somewhat happily ever after.
I think the line here is that Valentina liked the hot sauce. I think obviously she tried some pico de gallo and went, oh, that's really spicy. Is that a ghost pepper? Mild. Are you sure? No, I like the burn. And there's no spice level. It's like a -5.
Girl, I just told you she enjoys the hot sauce. She likes
I
the
think
Valentina
that's the
hot
lie in
sauce.
the store. I think
Oh, you think that's the lie
I
that
think
she
that's
couldn't
the
handle the
lie.
hot
Yeah,
sauce?
she's out here, she's eating some like guacamole and she's like, "Oh, that's got a kick."
Spicy. What, you don't think Robert has
Valentina,
tolerance?
I can't believe you dead named her.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm dead naming Valentina. I'm sorry. Do you think Caucasian Valentina really doesn't have the tolerance for spice?
I think
Wow.
Caucasian
Stereotyping.
Valentina once walked into a bodega. She walked in and she went, "It's too spicy in here for me. It's too spicy. Is it hot in here? Or is it me? I'm getting the sweats. I need some ice water. Get me. Does anyone have some milk? Some plain white milk?
Oh my gosh.
I need my
Okay.
Tums. Where are my Tums? I can't find my Tums in my bag."
Well, I do feel like real life Robert would probably be like that because the transitioning into Valentina, believe it or not, was a lie.
Sure.
And the lesbian awakening was a lie as well,
She didn't want
unfortunately.
that creamed corn.
Not that maybe she did, but not that I'm aware of, not
She liked
officially on
that corn cob.
she did like that corn cob, I imagine. I imagine she had a very happy marriage. The truth in this story is that Barbara very much did go on this trip to the Mojave Desert with her husband. They were hiking. Robert did stop to take pictures of a rock formation. Valentina, yeah. Barbara wandered off a little bit out of eyesight, and when Robert turned around and tried to find her, he couldn't find her at all. The same old scenario. They brought in the volunteers to help try and locate her. They couldn't locate her. It's like she vanished without a trace. And what's interesting, so interesting about this story, which is the same about Dennis's story, is like these people disappearing within such close proximities of other people that they were just with and then disappearing without a trace, right? Like that's crazy. And you hear these stories so often in our national parks where like they're with a group and they turn around and this person is gone and they're just gone without a trace. This happens all the time. And I'm sure I've
Yeah.
told stories like this, like before on our Lost in the Woods series. And we're going to tell stories like it again. It just happens all the time in our nation's national parks. And there's so many theories as to what could happen to these people. Everything.
So often, but not often enough. I think every time you and I go on a hike and you still come off the trailhead at the end with me.
Honestly, same. I keep turning around. I let you wander off, and you just keep coming back like a bad herpes sore.
There was one time I climbed a tree. I climbed 20 feet up a tree like Spider-Man, and Paul just like a bloodhound just circled the base of the tree waiting,
Yeah, yeah. And I still have to
wagging his little puppy tail.
and I still have to revisit that tree to this day to pay my respects for it being able to support you for that amount of time.
That was a little uncalled for. That one was a little uncalled for.
Like I said, you set me up for these jokes and I have to take them.
There is a time and there is a place.
No, but like back into like the theories of like why these things happen to so many people in the national parks. Like I said, like that podcast episode of 3 hours of people disappearing like this without a trace in the national parks. It could be anything from like serial killers, right? There could be people getting kidnapped, especially like children, like predators just waiting in the woods. And I'm talking about people predators. Not that I don't doubt that there's animal predators in the woods as well, like bears and things that could take the children. But there's also those supernatural theories as well, like Bigfoot, aliens. I mean, there's even that theory of like there's underground cave systems that
The
link that
mole
are under the
people.
what?
The mole people.
Yeah, the mole people that like supposedly maybe like live in the caves that are supposedly under the national parks or whatever might be lurking in the caves. I mean, I've even heard theories of people saying like Bigfoot even goes in those caves or there's like um inbred like people cut off from civilization in the caves or just like inbred cannibals in the national parks in general that are cut off from people and they kidnap people. There are so many theories as to why these things happen. And that's why I like to continue these stories. And also, like all the cases that I've said today, they're all unsolved. So the more we talk about these cases as well, the more it gives like people, if you know any information, you can reach out to like the National Park Services and like let people know if you've seen these people or heard them or like know what happened to these people. If we keep telling their stories, there's more chances that more information can come to light.
And speaking about this, the national parks are huge and people do go missing in them all the time, which is why
Yeah,
it's so important that we have national park rangers who are staffed within the parks to patrol it and to help people who are in them who are in danger. So please, like, I know it was really in the news last year, but it's an ongoing problem where Elon Musk, working with the Trump administration, has come in and gutted the national park system of so many vital employees, saying that they were unnecessary when we know they are necessary. And these stories prove that. So please write to your congresspeople, write to your congressmen and women, your senators, and to the White House and demand federal funding for the National Park Services.
yes, because we have to protect nature, we have to protect national parks, and at the end of the day, it's protecting yourselves too. So you don't end up like one of those people because there are so many natural things in those parks. You can fall and get hurt on rocks, anything could happen, and then you're stuck. And then what? Because be outside of all the people predators and outside of all the supernatural things, you can easily, just like I said, fall off a rock, get hurt. And then what do? The only person that can save you is that national park person. That's why this stuff is so important. But it's also fun to talk about the supernatural side of everything. Do you have any theories or anything you would like to discuss, DJ?
I think Bigfoot sees these naked little babies and is like, oh, they must be so cold. And that one's so wrinkly. It needs ironed.
Now, I will say, as time has progressed on the Bigfoot thing, I'm believing in Bigfoot less and less, honestly.
That's because you're a pussy ass.
I don't know.
Coward.
I've been hearing things like there's no scat, there's no bones, unless they go and die in the caves. I don't know, girl.
And and one thing about Paul, he loves scat. He just loves it.
Oh,
Not the jazz. Don't get it wrong. Not the jazz. Paul hates jazz. But the other kind of scat, he calls it pudding.
Puddin', oh my god. Puddin' is crazy. That's crazy about you. But we know DJ's the real puddin' queen here.
Not the pudding.
See it on his face.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so glad you're going out of town this weekend. It will be good to have some time away from you. Go annoy your mother for a weekend.
Yes, because we are recording this on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day. I guess this comes out the weekend after Mother's Day. So happy late Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Yay!
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and to Paul, happy Mother's Day because you're the biggest motherfucker I've ever met.
Thank you. Ow. But yeah, that has been another Lost in the Woods. I wanted to mix things up, make it a little different, and make it kind of more like fun and jokey, mix things up a little bit.
Fun and flirty.
Yes, I imagine. Sorry, not imagine. I promised you guys the next Lost in the Woods will be very serious and a lot more spooky than this one was. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun time. And at least, if not, thanks for humoring me for a little bit because I really had a lot of fun writing some of these little lies I put into the stories.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for listening. We always appreciate it. We'd love to hear what you think. Please connect with us on all of our social medias. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow wherever you are listening. And Paul, where can they find you when you're at home?
You can find me at my personal Instagram and TikTok at Paul Lember, Paulember.
And if you'd like to follow me.
Oh, and as usual, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. I'm sorry. Duh.
If you'd like to follow me, you can do so at The Real DJ Powers on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you like this episode, my name is DJ Powers. If you did not like this episode, my name is Paul and my address is. And until next time, folks, keep your crips tight.
And your corks loose.
Bye.
Bye.